Today we have to discuss the topic related to your subject medicinal chemistry, that is antihistaminic agent. As per your syllabus is concerned, this is the first unit of your syllabus, and all the content of your syllabus is available with this book, Essentials of Medicinal Chemistry 2 by Career Publications. First of all, we have to discuss, as per your syllabus is concerned, the antihistaminic agents having the syllabus as per your syllabus copy, what is histamines, various types of receptor, histaminic receptors, their distribution throughout our body, and after preliminary information related to the histamines, then the drugs which act on the histaminic receptor, H1 receptor antagonist. These are the so many drugs, near about 24 drugs mentioned in this category as a H1 antagonist, whereas other segment, that is S2 blockers, S2 receptor blockers. There are three drugs which is given as per your syllabus concern: cimetidine, famotidine, and ranitidine. Apart from H1 and S2 histamine receptor inhibitors, some proton pump inhibitors also used to block the acid secretions due to release of histamine receptors, which releases the gastric secretion. That gastric secretions was inhibited by other way by inhibition of gastric proton pump inhibitors. The examples as per your syllabus concern: omeprazoles, lansaprazoles, rabiprazoles, and pantoprazole. This having benzimidazole as a basic moiety present in the proton pump inhibitors. This is your syllabus related with the antihistaminic agents. As per your syllabus, we have to go with the what is histamines and their history, receptors, and their distributions, followed by H1 antagonist, their SAR, mechanism actions, and some important factor related with the H1 antagonist, along with classifications. Then we have to complete with S2 antagonist and proton pump inhibitors. In this sequence, we have to complete this topic, antihistaminic agents. Now we have to move with the introductory part of the antihistaminic agents. Firstly, the histamines. What is meant by histamines? Histamines, nothing but it's an organic compounds which involves many physiological roles in our body. Generally, these histamines having active amines, and their formula is C5H9N3. And these histamines found in plant as well as in animal tissues, and they release from the mast cells as a part of allergic reaction in humans generally. These histamines are released from the mast cells, where whenever any allergic reaction is carried out in humans, then trigger the histamine release in our body. After releasing of histamines, they stimulate the gastric acid secretion in stomach. It causes dilation of capillaries. Dilation is enlargement of the capillary due to the release of histamines. Sometimes constriction of bronchial smooth muscles, and also decrease the blood pressure due to the release of histamine. In which way the release of histamine? Due to the allergic reactions formed in human beings, and they release the histamines. The histamines involves the roles such as local immune response, neurotransmissions, as well as stimulating the gastric acid secretions majorly. So the medicinal chemistry focusing to control the local immune systems, neurotransmission, as well as gastric acid secretion due to the histamine release. So medicinal chemistry is involved and producing the antihistaminic drugs to use for the allergic response due to the histamine release. Whatever the allergic response produces due to the histamine release, that allergic response was controlled by antihistaminic agents. Either they inhibit H1 receptor or S2 receptors or S3H4. There are four types of histamine receptors to block the allergic reactions, which is produced by release of histamines. Now we have to move with the various types of histamines, their locations, and the function of that concerned receptor. Firstly, we have to move with the H1 receptors. Generally, these H1 receptors found in smooth muscles, endothelium, and central nervous tissues. This H1 receptor was founded. And their function, main function, after releasing of H1 receptors, histamines, it causes vasodilatations, bronchoconstrictions, bronchial smooth muscle contractions, separation of endothelial cells, that is responsible for hues and pain, and also forming the itching due to insect biting. Any insect bite to our skin, there is a release of redness on particular skin. That is this redness is caused due to the histamine release in the skins. Some allergic rhinitis conditions, this H1 receptors are involved. Some motion sickness and sleep regulations was controlled or what the functions of H1 receptors. If block the H1 receptor, they blocking the function of this H1 receptors. Now second receptor, that is H2 receptors, they found in parietal cells or located in parietal cell. Preliminary, it stimulate gastric acid secretion. Majorly, H2 receptors are involved in gastric acid secretions. To overcome that gastric acid secretions, we have to give the anti-acidic drugs for this receptor, H2 receptor blockers. They inhibit the gastric acid secretion. Once the H2 blockers, H2 receptor blockers are used to control the H2 receptor actions. Apart from H1 and H2, the next receptor is H3 receptors. These receptors generally found in CNS systems and also lesser extent to the peripheral nervous tissue systems. The role of these S3 receptors decrease the neurotransmitter releases, histamines, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, serotonins. These hormones are decreased by the S3 receptor. Means the functioning control due to this S3 receptor on this release of neurotransmitters. Which type of neurotransmitters? Histamine, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, serotonins. These are the neurotransmitters. Their release was decreased due to the secretion of or activation of S3 receptors. And finally, the last receptors of histamine, that is H4 receptors. Generally, this found in basophils, also found in bone marrow, and it is also found in anastomosis, small intestine, spleen, and colons. The major role of these H4 receptors is a chemotaxis formations. These are the various types of histamine receptors. They're found or their location where the histamine receptors was founded and their functions. Now we have to move with the general chemistry of histamines. If you see with these structures, this is a common structure of histamines. Generally, in the structure of histamine, it consists of imidazole ring system. Means this two nitrogen containing 5-member heterocyclic moiety as a basic ring present in the histamines, along with aliphatic amino groups, that is this group, ethylene side chains. Ethylene amino side chain is the side chain present on imidazole ring systems. Generally, these uh, histamine structures are available in the tautomeric forms. If you see in these reactions, the tautomeric forms means the substitution of these hydrogen groups, movement of these hydrogen groups, either these positions or this position. Due to the tautomeric effect, the shifting of delocalized pi electron present on imidazole rings, the position of this side chains was changed. Numbering of this side chain was different. Either whether it is nearer to the NH groups or far away from this NH group present in the structure. This is happened due to the tautomeric effect of the delocalized pi electron present in the imidazole ring systems. If this ethylene groups is far away from this NH groups, then that tautomeric form is represented in the form of telitautomers, and their representation in the form of T, small t. If you observe here T and pi, if small t indicating, which indicate this side chain is far away from this NH substitutions, not closer to this NH substitutions. Then it indicating this T on nitrogens and H histamines. Whereas you observe the second tautomeric structure, that is ethylene amino side chains, which is closer to this NH groups. This NH groups indicating pi, and that tautomeric form is called as pros tautomers, and they given are written in the form of N with pi symbols H histamines. These are the two tautomeric form of histamines structures in the form of telitautomers, which means that the side chain aliphatic amino side chains is far away from NH groups, where the numbering starting from imidazole rings from NH, where hydrogen is substituted, the numbering starting from that nitrogen atoms. Means it indicates that the fourth positions for aliphatic amino groups showing telitautomeric forms, whereas the fifth position amino side chains showing pros tautomers. These are the tautomeric form of histamines due to the presence of side chains, amino side chains. The naming already told during this earlier slides, the naming denoted with T side, tau, that is telitautomers. Tau means T, which indicating in the form of NT, where the side chains are far away from hydrogen substituted nitrogen atoms. Where that isomeric form is teliisomers, and ethylene amino side chains far closer to the hydrogen substituted nitrogen atoms on imidazole ring systems. They indicating with the lowercase pi, and that tautomeric form is called as pros tautomers, and they indicating N pi H histamines. The naming for that type of tautomers, pros tautomers and teli tautomers. These are the isomeric form convert into protonated forms in the form of monocationic structures at the pH 7.4. The protonated form is predominant form of histamines. If we observe teletautomers and prostautomers which undergo protonations, it will form protonated amino groups, which is more prominent actions as compared to the basic structures of pros and teletautomers. This is happen protonated at 7.4 pH. Now we have to move with the biosynthetic part of the histamines. Histamines is biodiverse from the natural occurring L-amino acids, histidines, via decarboxylation reactions. Means how will you prepare the histamines? This is the structure of histamines. They are prepared from the L-amino acid, that is L-histidines, undergo decarboxylations. It will form histamines in the presence of specific decarboxylase enzymes. And this reactions or this enzyme is pyridoxal phosphate dependent enzyme, histidine decarboxylase or L-aromatic amino acid decarboxylase. These enzymes are generally involved in the decarboxylation of L-histidines and to convert histamines. In this way, you have to prepare the histamines by synthesis of histamines. Now move with the allergy. What is allergy? Generally, we have to speak if anyone suffer from cold, and if anyone suffer from dust allergy, that type of allergy occur due to the exposure of the allergens. Once any human body exposed to the allergens, that is pollen grains, animal danders, dust, mites, some chemicals also produces the allergics. Allergy nothing but it's a overreaction of the immune systems to the normally harmless substance called as allergens. Due to the allergens, this allergy was produced. Some common allergic reactions like which include eczema, hives, hive fevers, asthmatic, food allergies like food poisonings we have to generally called. This is happening due to the full allergy. Some reactions to the venoms of stinging insects such as bees bitings, wasp bitings like that. Some mild allergic like hay fevers are highly prevalent in the human populations and cause symptoms such as allergic conjunctivitis, itchiness, runny nose due to the cold conditions. These are the some allergic reactions occur due to the various reasons. One of the reason is allergens. That there are different types of allergens which produce the allergy. If you see clearly with this side, the allergic reactions due to the skin contact, some poison plants, some insects, animal scratches, some pollens, some latex, which is used, they directly contact with the skins, it will produce the allergic reaction to skins. Some biting of the insects, for example, bees injections like that, it will produce the allergic reactions. Some injections due to the medications, unwanted effect showing on the our body. That type of reactions occur due to the medications. Some inhalation of the pollens, dust, mold, mildews, animal danders. Due to that, the trigger of the allergic reaction was occurs. So, in that allergy, what is the role of histamines? Hmm? In these pictures, the mast cell activated by the IgE plus substance, they releases the histamines. and leukocyte from the mast cells. These will cause inflammation and attack of the harmless substance. This is a harmless substance. Due to the release of the histamine and leukocyte, they attack this histamine and leukocyte attack on the harmless substances, resulting formation of allergy at local tissues. So this is a major role of histamines, formation of allergies. When any harmless substance enter in our body, the mast cells activated by immunoglobulin E with that substance. Once that substance, harmless substance, bind with the immunoglobulin E, that is IgE, they release the histamines and they attack to the harmless substance and produce the allergic-like symptoms. These mast cells containing granules of histamines and leukotrienes. Once the harmless substance contact with the mast cell, generally they activated and produce the allergic effect. So to overcome the allergic effect produced by the histamines release from the mast cells, the antihistaminic agents are introduced in the market. These agents which reduces or eliminate the effect of histamines mediated reactions. The term antihistamine only refer to the H1 receptor antagonist majorly. Some uses of antihistaminic drugs, like these drugs are used in common allergic rhinitis condition. Generally, we have to call as common cold, sardi ale. Like that conditions, the antihistamines are generally used. Allergic conjunctivitis, that is pink eye coloration formations. In that conditions, these antihistamines are used. Allergic dermatological conditions, urticaria, that is used. Angioedema, swelling of skins. Pertussis, that is atopic dermatitis or insect bites. Anaphylactic reactions, some allergic reactions produced by some medications or severe allergic reactions that called as anaphylactic reactions. In that conditions, these antihistaminic agents are used. Some nausea and vomiting like conditions, the first generation H1 antagonist, antihistaminic drugs are used. It will use for the sedation purpose. This H1 antagonist are used. After uses, some side effect of these antihistaminic agents by depression of the CNS, the activity of H1 receptor and anticholinergic acids. The side effects are due to the CNS depression. This is happening due to the crossing of these drugs to blood-brain barriers. And the common side effect of these drugs like sedations, dizziness, tinnitus, that is ringing on in the ears, blurred visions, euphoria-like conditions, uncoordination to the other part of our bodies, anxiety, insomnia, tremors, nausea, vomiting, dry mouth or dry cup. These are the some adverse effect of this H1, first generation H1 antagonist, antihistaminic drugs. After that, some newer generation in H1 antagonist antihistaminic drugs having more selective towards the peripheral histamine receptors and far less side effect as compared to the first generation H1 antihistaminic agent. This second generation H1 antagonist does not cross the blood-brain barrier. Due to that, it does not occur drowsiness, fatigue, headache, nausea, vomiting, or dry mouth with this second generation H1 antagonist. antihistaminic agents. In antihistaminic agent, the first antihistamine agents was introduced worldwide with the name piperacillin. This drug was discovered in 1933 by Jeff Foligno and Daniel Bovich while developing a guinea pig animal model of anaphylaxis. These drugs was introduced as the first antihistaminic drugs in worldwide. And for these drugs, these scientists received the Nobel Prize in 1957.